Thank you, guys. I know after the whole day event, everyone is tired. I promise this one will be very intuitive and short and no technical terms or something. Yeah. So the topic today is Soul Gas Token. I mean, it's hard to tell what is that based on the name, but what we're trying to, speak here is how to onboard the mass adoption. So from Web 2 to Web 3. Because imagine right now everyone is saying like, using the Web 3, it's so hard. So what we can change here. It doesn't work. Oh, okay, great. So we just talk about like the Ethereum, so the last 5 chat about like the for L2s and what they have been doing. So as the whole ecosystem, Ethereum has been, mature a lot in terms of pivoting into the whole layer 2 ecosystem. And those are the great things we have been doing. So basically, Ethereum is moving towards the roll-up centric scalability roadmap and becomes faster. And the DA, EIP 4844, great reduce the tax costs. Everything is fantastic. But what else? So still there has been some issue. The first one, number one issue here is high onboarding cost. If you want to tell someone who never know Web3 before and telling them, okay, come and use some dApps. So what are the things you have to teach them? It's really hard. I will explain later. And the second one is the performance. So we know like the transaction per second grow a lot, but still it's not fast enough compared with Solana and all the other layer 1. The limited storage space. If we are only using DeFi, it's okay. If we want to use all the other dApps, we need definitely much more on-chain space. The fourth one, centralized front end. So we know the Bybit attack, which caused a 10 billion loss. What that happened? It's because everything is hosted in a centralized server. Someone secretly rewrite something. No one noticed that. If we are hosting everything on-chain, anything rewrite, we will find it. And it's much easier to detect something wrong. The fourth one is the validation cost. Yeah. Before I tell you, so what's a solution for that, let me introduce myself and also my team. So I'm the co-founder for QuarkChain and eStorage. Before that, I had 2 years experience in Wall Street for the traditional finance, and also 6 years experience in Silicon Valley for the traditional, you call Web 2 internet company. So my colleague, Qi, so he is like very active for the Ethereum ecosystem, the author and co-author for many EIPs, got his PhD from Georgia Tech, worked at Facebook and Google before. So we first get into this industry in 2018. We co-founded QuarkChain, which is a scaling layer 1 using the sharding technology. Because at that time, so Ethereum is trying to scale itself using sharding. And then, so everything pivot into the layer 2. So that's why we also pivot into a layer 2, which called superworld computer as well. And eStorage, it's a scaling on-chain for the whole ecosystem. It's like a decentralized storage solution, also co-founded by us. So we receive many grants from OP and the Ethereum Foundation. So what does superworld computer do? It's actually a highly customized L2 to solve all the issues I just mentioned before. Those are the research areas, yeah. For example, the high onboarding cost I mentioned, we have Soul Gas Token. That's actually the topic I'm going to explain more today. So for the EVM performance limit, so we can have parallel EVM. For the limit storage space, we have eStorage as a solution. Centralized front end, we have the decentralized access protocol. It's also developed by us. and high L1 validation cost. We have the advanced for proof. Yeah, but today I'm not going to spend all time to explain everything. So what I'm trying to highlight here is the SO gas token, high onboarding cost. So currently, like I mentioned before, if a Web2 user who don't know any Web3 before, so how will he get into the Web3? Let me try to explain in steps. So the Web2 user onboarding process. Step 1, just download the app. Step 2, register your account through like email, phone, or whatever. Step 3, begin to use the app. That's it. What about for Web3? First, you need to have a crypto wallet. MetaMask, Wallet Connect, whatever. Second, connect the wallet to the DApp. Third, you need to have some gas token in the wallet. And the fourth, start interact. So as you can see, 2 of them are really annoying. The first one, create a crypto wallet. A lot of people stop here because they have to know exactly what to use. And the third one, how to get the gas token. So 2 of them are very annoying steps. So there has been a lot of solutions for the first steps so far, which is great. So right now, user can easily generate a wallet using email, phone, or social login. So they don't need to understand what is a crypto wallet. They don't need to understand like what is MetaMask. They can simply just get their wallet. That's great. What about the third steps I just mentioned? How can they get the gas token? So there are like 4 ways. The first one is fiat. So people are just using credit cards, bank, or Apple Pay, whatever, to buy a gas token. It's easy for a Web2 people to understand. But they have to, majority of the solution, they need to do KYC. And it's not available in all the country because not all the countries has entire credit card systems. They have Apple Pays. So for the first one. The second one, bridging from some other chains. Stop that if you're a new user. If you have no idea what is Web3 is, how can they know how to bridge from some other chains, right? So definitely no for the new user. The third and the fourth one, the third one is like an airdrop. So basically the project or the protocol will give your account some airdrop token. The fourth one is they will have some pre-founded wallets. And in that wallet, already embed some gas token. So no matter each way, both of these tools, those are the project, cover the gas fee for you. But it's really need to be cautious because right now there's so many airdrop hunters and e-baggers and like some professionals, companies only doing that. Trying to say like, oh, I'm your user, I create thousands of like even 10,000s of like a wallet, just get your airdrop and dump it. So I'm not the real user. So from the perspective, the project need to be really cautious about that. And they're concerned about doing such kind of airdrop. That's how we want SO gas token. So SO gas token, forget the name. It's very easy. First, it's an airdrop token. Second one, you cannot transfer that. What does that mean? So when I airdrop the gas token into your wallet, you cannot move it anywhere. You can only use it as a gas token. So if you are trying to say, oh, I want to create 10,000s of wallets, I just want to be your users, actually I get the token, want to dump it. You cannot. Why? You cannot transfer it out. You cannot transfer that into the centralized exchange. You cannot transfer to any decentralized exchange. It has to be seen there and has to be used as a gas token. That's it. So the concept is very easy. And that's actually a function built on the OP stack. So that means like not only utilized by us, if you're some infrastructure trying to use OP stack to build your own infra, you can use these functions very easily. Yeah, so quite simple. And based on these functions, you can do whatever airdrop you want. Let's say 100 million or even more. Yeah, there's no limit for that. You just need to set up like, okay, how much you want to airdrop, and that's it. So 7702, because of this EIP, to make that possible, because you know, like previously, only Ethereum can be like a gas. Right now, this EIP makes any ERC20 token can be like a gas. Yeah. So that's why we can have the Soul Gas token as a gas. So what's the stage right now? We already have Soul Gas token, these features alive in our beta testnet. And for more, so our beta testnet, we already have Soul Gas token, the e-storage as layer 3, and next step is going to launch the mainnet, probably like next month or 2, yeah, but should be pretty soon. Yeah, like I said, it's fairly easy, and the concept-wise, it's fairly simple as well. No technical terms, but if you have any questions, happy to contact me through Telegram or Twitter. Thank you. Yeah. So right now, this Soul Gas token is live on our, L2, and we designed that only QKC can be used for that. But if you want to use some other like ERC20 token, if you're like a D app built on top of our layer 2, right? So you can talk to us, and we can design something. And if you want to build your own L2 using the OP stack, you can have these features, and you can decide who will be the gas token.
Oh, this actually perfectly fits for the case or towards the trouble which we are having.
It's hard to listen.
That it perfectly fits or resolves the trouble which we are having, as I'm the chief architect of the national stablecoin here, or the local stablecoin. And in order to go a little bit more mass, towards the masses, we must like fade away the question of the gas of like native tokens or something like that. So basically, we need to introduce the fact that if there are any fees, there need to be the possibility to pay those fees in that particular like local stablecoin, I would say, right? So that's why the question was there on the table.
Yeah. So for the stablecoin, so are you guys using your own chain?
Czech krona, yeah.
What?
The Czech krona, basically. That's what we are paying here in the fiat that we are actually.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Like I mentioned before. So if you want to build on our infras, we can decide like which coin can be used as a gas token. If you want to build your own chains, so if you are using some OP stack, or we can help you to get some feature for that as well. Yeah. So basically, Soul Gas token is a feature. Yeah. It can be used in any EVM compatible like blockchain.
Does it require any EIP and to be upgraded, those chains? Because currently on the L1 it's not possible.
So for L1, if you're EVM compatible, for example, if you're Solana is using different virtual machine. Currently, no, because we are only building on EVM. If you're BNB chain, for example, yes. Yeah. So depend on like what kind of language you're using. But we probably will get for other virtual machines as well. But now we're focusing on the EVM ecosystem for now.
Oh, that's the reason why you have chosen Optimism, because there is that mid layer for the.
The OP stack, basically, it's like a stack. You can easily use that to have your own layer 2, right? Yeah. So in the OP stack, you can choose what DA layer you want and what fixture you want. You want a fixture 1, 2, 3. It's just like a shopping center, right? This is one of the features in OP stack. And
you're actually enabling that towards all the Optimism-based EVMs. So it means, or even towards those already running, like Optimism itself base. So all of those which are in the superchain.
That they need to decide whether they want to use that or not. So it's there, but if they want to use that, then great.
By them, you mean those chains?
So the thing is, OP stack, it's for something you haven't built your own layer 2, right? If you want to build something, you can choose, oh, I want this feature. And yes.
Yeah,
for base, for OP, they're already there. If they want to adapt to some new features, so first, they need to see whether they really need that. You know, for some big ones like Ethereum or OP, they're already being very big. If they want to adapt something new, it takes very long time.
And is there any matrix that would be like showing that capability, which chains which are already live that has that capability?
So from the technical wise, it's easy to do that. But from strategy wise, the company has to decide whether they want to build that, right?
Yeah, I understand. But the question is now whether there is like a list or the matrix that will be showing that capability of what you are presenting per chain which already exists. So that's, if I'm very new to that I could see.
I really cannot listen. Maybe we don't need the microphone. Yeah. Yeah, that's easier. Yeah.
So what we are very often struggling regarding the different chains is
Yeah.
that we do not know whether those capabilities are there.
Yeah.
Or those live chains.
It's a very new feature. So right now it's only live on our chain. Yeah.
So the question is whether you're also already preparing somewhere like a list of those chains that would have that capability.
I mean, the thing is, right now, we can prepare everything for sure. But I just feel like it's hard for them to adapt at this moment. Because, you know, especially if you have been running, that's why for Ethereum, if you want to adapt to some new features, it's really hard. When people ask me like why we want to build another layer 2, we're saying this layer 2 is not compete with all the existing layer 2. It won't be an experiment like platform. So for any new features we think interesting, we want to demonstrate and show how it runs. Yeah.
Further question is, when we were thinking
Yeah.
and elaborating the potential of like having our own chain, basically like
Yeah.
layer 3, that was one of the conclusions that the Arbitrum base are actually cheaper for the bootstrapping.
Or you mean Arbitrum is cheaper than OP, right? Yeah.
So do you plan to bring this capability also to the Arbitrum-based layers?
When you say cheaper, you mean maintenance fee or you mean the gas fee?
No, and in the general running of that chain.
Generally running.
Sorry to interrupt just a second. Is there anybody
Yeah, we can discuss
else
later. Yeah, sure.
If anybody else has a question, because we're kind of running out of time, and of course you're welcome to also like have a dialogue right after. I just want to make sure that nobody else has a question or comment. It doesn't look like it. So I mean, we can continue like as an open floor, or you're welcome to also have a dialogue pretty much right away.